What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Slim Jizzle 83. Just want to wish y'all hello and good afternoon or good evening, good night, good morning, whatever. Just want to say, I watched the preseason game last night between the Cowboys and Dolphins. Cowboys, as you know, won 30 to 13. The defense itself, they're just been very consistent, especially not allowing so many points. The first starters didn't play last night at all. So, the second string, the third strings, they came in and they only gave up 13 points, which is good. Despite of the Dolphins had, their starting quarterback in Tannehill, and they had Matt Moore and Pat Devlin. Loving our defense so far. I'm loving how everything is with this defense. But before I get to the defense, I'm going to get to the offense first. Okay. Now, we got some runners. It's going to be pretty hard to pick, between Dunbar and Asamoah, or I can't pronounce his name, but both boys, they from North Texas. They's part of the Mean Green crew that's up in Denton, Texas. Guys are pretty good. Philip Tanner played a heck of a game last night. He was running in between the tackles, doing what he's supposed to do. Despite he had the hand problem. He had that hand surgery and everything during early part of training camp, so he wasn't able to really do anything. So the other guy, Osweiler, he's doing what he's supposed to do to make the team, but also Dunbar had the hamstring problems throughout training camp, but. Pretty much last night's game was kind of like your last testament, to prove that you can be on this team, be on the practice squad, or you're going to be out on the street. But, a couple of the guys ain't going to be out on the street for long. I just say what Steve McGee. Steve McGee is cut or released by the Cowboys. I guarantee you somebody else is going to pick him up. It can be Arizona, can be the Dolphins, maybe the Texans might pick them up. But I'm sure that a lot of people will see interest in them. I overheard Jerry Jones, talk about the fact that he wants two quarterback system. He wants because he can bring in more depth as far as running back position. He can carry a six wide receiver, group. Also, he can just bring another offensive tackle in or offensive guard, whatever, to, add more depth to the team. Because, from what we've seen a lot of depth what this team has. So that's why they want to cut it down to two. Now with Rudy Carpenter already guaranteed a practice squad spot, it makes it very tough for Steve McGee to be the third string, because as right now, Cal Orton is the second string. So Cal Orton already signed a 3-year deal. So Romo is the guy and everything like that. So now offensive line kind of, not kind of, but a couple of guys was getting pushed around last night. You know who they are. Phil Costa played like only 12 plays last night. I know Derek Dockery, he only played a little because he had I think his brother was killed over in Afghanistan. I believe it was yesterday or a couple of days ago. So right now he had to lead. He left the game during the game last night. I just want everybody to say that give their thoughts and prayers to Derek Dockery. He's one of the offensive linemen for the Cowboys. I know we all, we talk junk, we talk trash, whatever, and stuff like that. But when it comes to death in the family and everything like that, that's something you got to take seriously, you know what I'm saying? So, football is a fun game, it's a fun sport. Also, it can be violent, but also, too, at the same time, everybody got to have a sense of compassion for the person's family, regardless of what's going on. Nothing being said about that, but I'm just loving how everything is coming in full swing with our team. The injuries are starting to really go away with our squad. The good news last night that I heard, and I posted out on Facebook last night. I posted that Mike Jenkins, he will have to sit out for 3 days. The Cowboys sent out a report to the NFL. It's part of the new CBA. If you got a player on the PUP list and you take him off, he's got to be off. I mean, he can't do anything for 3 days. So last night's game was like a Sunday night game. It was Sunday game, pretty much a Sunday night if you think about it, because they got to turn back around and play them next Wednesday. So it's like a full 7 days. So today it's like their Monday. So if you think about, they're not gonna practice. They probably just do walkthroughs, or a little light workout, whatever today. Or I'm sure they already done it already. And then tomorrow they just gonna probably just lift weights or whatever, and then that's when they're gonna make the cuts. Cut it down to 53 from the 75 crew and stuff. So. That's one of those things. It's part of the business of the NFL. They have to do it tomorrow night. I believe like around, I want to say 8 o'clock Dallas time. So it'll be about 6 o'clock here. I think I'm not really sure. I know it's gonna be late tomorrow night. I know it's gotta be. It's going to be late. It's going to be real late tomorrow night. So when they make the announcements to the NFL, like who's cut and who's not or whatever, and so I just hope that Dallas right now, the coaches and the front office there, they putting together a good team, because they not only dictating what happened last night's game, but they've been dictating the whole training camp. They dictate from the time that they first got to Oxnard, or from OTAs to the rookie, all that stuff like that. All that comes into play, when it comes down to making the squad. They're evaluating from how you first started off until up to date. That's how they do it, and they judge you by what can you contribute to the franchise. Are you gonna be the stud, or are you gonna be the dud? That's the key right there. Either be the stud or be the dud. I'd rather be the stud. If you the stud, you're gonna last longer. If you the dud, you out on the street. So that's all there is to it. So now to the defense side of the ball. This is defense is my favorite part of the game. I love defense. It can be football, baseball, basketball, hockey, whatever. Defense is what drives me up through the ceiling. You know what I'm saying? That's something that, I thrive on. Because I believe a good defense is a good offense. And defense wins championships. They can sit here and say, well, the offense, this and that, whatever, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, I believe that in order to be a great team, to be a team that can be a team to be reckoned with or whatever, you gotta have a good defense, man. You gotta have a good defense, a consistent defense at that. You can have all the offense that you want. Look at the Baltimore Ravens, 2000. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had Trent Dilfer as a quarterback. His job was to make sure they didn't make mistakes on the offense. Get you like about 10 get you about 10, 17 points on the board. Defense only gonna give up 3 points, 3 or 7 points a game, or whatever. As long as you did that, you're winning. That's all you got to do. You winning because you know that the defense is going to do their job. Only thing I do is just put, like I said, about, you know, 17, yeah, about 10, I'd say about 17 points on the board. At least 17. So that's all you got to do. You know, it don't matter how much you win by, as long as you win the damn game. Period. You know, from the looks of it right now, our defense is they're looking really good right now. I just hope they can keep it up during the season. I know that the Giants they're gonna have their hands full, and I know that we're gonna have our hands full, especially with Eli Manning. Don't like the Giants, but like I said, they have won 2 Super Bowls out of the last 4 years, and I get sick and tired of all the Giants players up there talking smack. They talking trash by our boys. I mean, in order for them to shut up, we gotta fight back. That is all there is to it. We haven't beat them at our new stadium yet. You know what I'm saying? They already beat us at their new stadium, last year. And that was, that was on New Year's night. You know what I'm saying? I've been waiting for this moment, for this time to come since that night where we lost 31-14. That is still sticking in my mind until we play these boys. Once we play these boys, that's a new slate. That's a new slate, white clean. Last year is last year. We're not worrying about last year. It's about this year. I just feel that, we're going to be a different team, especially in the secondary department, as long as the guys, can communicate very well, do what they're supposed to do, get everybody back from injury. I'm liking the secondary as far as, you got Morris Claiborne, you got Brandon Carr, that's your 2 corners. You got the 2 safeties, which in Barry Church and Gerald Sensabaugh. And then you got your backups and the Scandrich and Mike Jenkins and I think it's gonna be Manuel Silva and Mario Butler. Mario Butler was playing balls out last night. He's been playing balls out throughout the whole preseason. Him and Sylvia, those guys wants it more. It's like they got a mean streak to their game, and I love it. You got to have a mean streak when you come to play in the NFL to separate yourself from the rest of the just okay, yeah, he's okay player. I don't want just an okay player. I want a mean streak player that plays with a chip on his shoulder. You don't have to be ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Don't be ghetto and have a ghetto sense of mind and stuff like that because that makes you look silly. If you play with a chip on your shoulder with a little swagger and everything like that, that's all you need to do. But also, you play all the hard you want to play. It's how smart you play. If you play smart ball and just outsmart your opponent from the time the ball is kicked until the final clock says 0, when you got more points than they do, it doesn't matter if it's 100 points more or 1 point more. As long as you outsmart those guys, that's all I care about. As long as you outscore the opposition, that's all I care about. Period. I don't know if y'all agree with me on that, but, that's just my theory. I believe that in my heart that this team got a lot of potential. They've been having a lot of potential. It just took a little bit longer for them to finally realize, especially with Romo, to finally come out and be like, look, I'm so proud to be a part of a team that I feel that we have an opportunity to win. Out of all the years that he's been at the helm, I never heard him talk like that. He was talking about that at the luncheon the other day when they had it at Cowboy Stadium. He gave a pretty good speech. I'm sure that everybody already saw the speech and everything like that, but it sounded very passionate. So, also with D Ware, you can see in his face that determination in his face. He said he's ready to play the Giants, and that let me know that it's going to be a great game. He's going to get them boys in tune. He's going to get them ready to play. Giants, watch out. That's all I got to say. Just watch out. We will be at MetLife Stadium September 5th, 2012. Be there or be square, baby. That's all I got to say on that. Victor Butler, man. Victor Butler is something else, man. The boy plays like it's his last play every play he played like his last. He got 2 sacks last night. He was just all over the field last night, just causing havoc. Um, Unbelievable player. You got Cleo Lemon. Not Cleo Lemon. I'm sorry. I can't pronounce his. I don't know his first name, but Lemon, the linebacker, got a pick last night. Um, he's him and Tyrone Crawford. They made some big plays. I hope Lionel Smith is okay from getting hit by the boy from A&M that the fullback for the Dolphins now. Javorsky Lane, yeah, I think that's his name. Man, he got wrecked last night so bad. Oh my God! But hopefully he's okay. But other than that, if I miss anything, I'm sorry. I try to remember everything as much as possible when it comes down to every player on the team or what they done and stuff like that. I know Danny Cole made a pretty key catch. Um, that little dive catch, towards the end of the first half. I know he made that catch, but it's a couple things that he still needs to work on. I think. I'm not sure he's gonna make the team. As I see it right now, I see our boys having this is my theory. This is how it's gonna be. Romo and Orton is gonna be the 2 quarterbacks. It's gonna be DeMarco Murray, Felix Jones, Philip Tanner, and maybe Dunbar. I think Dunbar might beat out what's his face or Wally. But then you got Lawrence Vickers at the fullback position. So they only gonna carry one fullback. The tight ends is gonna be Jason Witten, but it depends on how healthy he's gonna be for Monday. I mean, not for Monday. I'm sorry, for the game against the Giants next Wednesday. It's gonna be him, John Phillips, James Hanna, and the boy from Penn State, Joe Sabas. I can't pronounce his name, but number 80 and stuff. He's gonna be on the team. I think if Witten doesn't, the wide receivers, they're gonna carry 6. We already know that. So y'all got what's his face? Miles Austin, Dez Bryant, Cole Beasley, Dwayne Harris, Andre Holmes, and Kevin Ogletree. So that's 6. Danny Cole, I don't know if he's gonna. Like I said, I don't think he's gonna make the squad. They're gonna do something with Andre Holmes and stuff. So, I already said the corners that earlier that's gonna be on the team already. So I'm gonna go through them again. Jenkins, Claiborne, Carr, Standridge. Those are your 4 corners. Your safeties is Sensabaugh, Church, Sylvia, and who's the other? Might be I don't know if Mario. I don't know if Williams is gonna make it. I'm not really sure, but if he does, good for him and stuff. So, but we'll see tomorrow. I might not made, like said, all the guys that I think that's gonna make the team. I haven't really made our list, but that's just off the top of my head right now. But like I said, I will make another video here probably Saturday. To discuss the final cuts. It's like I said, it's gonna be a great season this year. I'm loving our chances. So now it's about that time. It's time for the shout outs. This is my favorite part of the show. Gotta give a shout out to the SoCal Dallas Cowboy fan club. Everybody that's in the club. My boy Keno, him and his wife, my girl Wildcat, Short Stack, Rob and Lewis, the 2 presidents of the club. Man, thank y'all so much for doing for what y'all do. You know, my boy Taz and his woman E Lady, man. Hey, love you guys. Um, and my boy Augie, man. Thanks for doing with those pictures and stuff, man. I appreciate everything that you do. Want to give a shout out to my boy Jacob Guys. Me and him had a conversation last night, man. Me and him gonna put a little something together where he's out there in South Carolina, so he's gonna represent over there. I'm representing out here on the West Coast. We're gonna have a little network connections of different Cowboys and certain parts of the United States. So it's gonna be like I'm out here on the West, he's out there on the East, and he's gonna get some guys together. I'm gonna get some guys together over here. We're gonna make videos, kind of like a little network. We're gonna try to work something out, whatever. Also, I want to give a shout out to my boy Simon's to my boy Simon's 1974, South of Heaven 88. My boy Mr. Gill, that's the TCE, the Cowboy Extremists group. J Wad, my boy Ruben from Arizona, from the Blue and Silver Club, Las Vegas Club, LV Style. I want to give a shout out to Cynthia Bowman out of Memphis, Dallas Cowboys fan club that's over in Memphis. Hey, thank you so much. Hey, it was nice meeting you at training camp this year. Also, I want to give a shout out to one of my homies, not homies, but one of my Cowboy talk buddies and stuff. NFL girl out of Chicago, the Chicago area. Just pretty much everybody who I talk to. If I don't mention your name, I'm sorry. I didn't get to get to mention your name or anything like that. I just got so much going on. I'm just so excited for the season. I'm just so excited to play the freaking Giants again, so we can beat the crap out of them. That's just how I feel right now. I'm sick of Justin Tuck up here talking trash about our boys, saying this and that, whatever. Brandon Jacobs, he got released, whatever. Man, I wanted to go against him again, but, he's with the 49ers, so the only way we're going to play them again is when we play in the playoffs. So, I hope we can bust him upside the head, but then, I ain't going to be like Greg Williams that going to try to go for the kneecaps and anything like that. So, but yeah, check out my videos that's on my channel here. It's Slim Jizzle 83. Check out all my videos. I'm gonna be making more and more videos throughout the season. I'll probably make 2 a week. Going into the game, talking about the game, kind of going in between the games, and so on and so on and so on and stuff. So just check me out and everything. And hey, I will see you in a couple of days. I will make another video, so everybody stay up. It's all about the Cowboys, baby. It's our time, it's our year. Hey, mission number 6 in 2012. Go Cowboys for life, baby. I bleed blue and silver. Peace.